Hey guys, welcome to Questionable Lock. My name's Carson Marsh.
I'm Eric Morris.
We're here today to talk about some NFL free agency new signings and additions. For those of you who don't know, Eric is a big 49ers fan. So let's start with that. Eric, what do you think your team is doing? Are they doing the right thing, the wrong thing? And tell me why.
Well, Carson, I love the way the 49ers have approached free agency. They know what they had to do going into it. They had a plan. They wanted to re-sign Trent Williams. They wanted to shore up the offensive line. They wanted to bring back starters on defense. And they're doing all of that right now. They re-signed Trent Williams to a 6-year deal with a out after 3 years if they want. They re-signed Pro Bowl center Alex Mack. They re-signed Jason Verrett to a 1-year affordable deal. I mean, they're doing everything necessary to bring back all the key pieces they need to be contenders next year.
So is that what the expectation is? The expectation is this team made the Super Bowl 2 years ago, kind of had a relapse last year. A little Super Bowl hangover. Obviously, Jimmy G did not play to the level of expectation. Big question marks there. But what do you think losing a heart and soul player like Richard Sherman does? Obviously, in the Super Bowl, kind of got spurned a lot. Definitely older in age. He's like 33 or 34. What do you think? Do you think it's very significant that you guys have lost Richard Sherman this offseason?
I mean, definitely Sherman's a big piece. He's a big guy in the locker room. Great veteran to learn under for the younger guys. He's definitely a loss, but I'm not saying it's a devastating loss. They can get past it. He is a little bit past his prime. He's not the same guy he was a few years ago. He's had some injuries. So I think they'll be able to recover from it. Re-signing Jason Verrett was huge. If he can play the level he's capable, I mean, he's a great corner. They also re-signed Emmanuel Mosley, who's a pretty solid number 2 corner. They'll probably address it in the draft too, but I don't think it's too big of a loss losing Sherman.
So let's talk about the draft. You guys have the 12th pick in the draft. Definitely some question marks around Jimmy G. Do you think they go quarterback with the 12th pick?
So I think they go quarterback. I think they will have to trade up. I don't think they're going to get anyone they want at 12. I mean, there's some quarterback needy teams. This is a great quarterback draft class.
Fantastic.
But if they're trying to get Mac Jones, Justin Fields, which is kind of where I'm seeing them, I think they'd have to trade up to maybe 7 or 9, somewhere in that range to try and get one of those 2 guys.
So a couple of months ago, before the national championship game, Mac Jones was a 2nd or 3rd day guy at most. Now, a lot of people are saying he could go top 15. Some people even say he could go top 10, top 5. If you have Mac Jones at 12, do you take him if you're Jed York and co?
I'd definitely take him. I'd take Mac Jones. I was pretty wishy-washy on him going into the national championship. And, I mean, I kind of just thought to myself, he's done everything he's asked to do. Yes, he had all that talent around him at Alabama. I mean, his receivers are probably better than some NFL rosters last year.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle is just pretty absurd. But
if you guys fall into the best possible scenario, I guess, you have your pick of any of the quarterbacks except for Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. We'll even disqualify Justin Fields for my personal biases. But if you had to pick between Mac Jones and Trey Lance, who do you think would better fit in Kyle Shanahan's offense?
I think Mac Jones. I think he's accurate. Mac Jones, I think, could be kind of like a Kirk Cousins, where he's asked to do.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, I think he's a better version. He could be at least.
Okay.
And Kyle loves Kirk Cousins.
Loves him.
He's loved him ever since
Captain Kirk
had him with the football team. He loves Kirk Cousins. I don't want Kirk Cousins in San Francisco, but I would be happy with Mac Jones.
So there's a lot of capital, you guys. I don't remember specifically how many picks, but I think you guys have 9 picks in the first 300 or so picks. Would you make a move for a guy like Sam Darnold if you would believe that they're not going to take a quarterback with pick 12?
I do believe in Sam Darnold. I'm not sure.
Fight on,
baby. But I don't know if him going to the Niners makes the most sense if Jimmy G's still in the picture. And I just don't see them moving fully away from Jimmy G for Sam Darnold. I just think that'd be kind of a weird QB situation, a weird QB room where you don't really know which one's the starter.
Well, I would assume you would have to get rid of Garoppolo.
Yeah, I mean, if they get rid of Garoppolo, then bringing in Darnold could be a move. They could try it, and it could work. I don't see the 49ers doing it.
Okay. Understood. Do you think Fat Garoppolo, how long do you think his future in the Bay area? How long do you think that is? What is his future until there? Do you think he is a piece this team, I'm not going to say build around, but will continue in its pursuit of a championship?
I think the front office believes they can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo as their quarterback. And he proved it 2 years ago. I mean, they were
by losing the Super Bowl.
2 yards away. 2 yards away. I mean, he's good enough when healthy to do the job when the defense and the running game are at the level they can be. If everyone's healthy, I mean, it's a good enough roster to definitely win with Jimmy G. The question for me is I don't trust him to stay healthy. He hasn't proven that he can consistently throughout his career. So it's just a hard thing to have when your quarterback can't always be on the field.
Yeah, when the Dolphins played the 49ers earlier this year and he couldn't plant his leg, he literally was throwing to Xavier Howard and the cornerbacks like they were open receivers. So let's hope that doesn't happen again for you and it happens again for me. But let's talk about this NFC West. I mean, there's a lot of upgrades going on. I mean, the Cardinals look like they are maybe contenders. I mean, they signed AJ Green to a 1-year deal. They have JJ Watt. You got Aaron Donald already in the division, and then you have the Seahawks, who seem to not be able to keep their franchise quarterback happy. So how do you think that 49ers stack up with this loaded division full of great coaches next season?
I think the 49ers and Rams are 1-2. And right now, with everything going on in Seattle and Russell Wilson, I'd put them maybe fourth behind the Cardinals with the moves they've made. I like the J.J. Watt ad. If he can stay healthy, he can be a force for him. I mean, he's a little older now, but he can still be a player.
So let me get this straight. Did you just say the 49ers were your one there?
49ers are 1 and 2. Even.
So either 1 or 2.
The 49ers are 1. The Rams
are 1. Really? So the Rams, after adding Matthew Stafford, are going to be 2 with one of the best defenses with a 49ers team that doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
49ers with Jimmy G staying healthy. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
They were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but you also had a healthy Nick Bosa. You had Navarro Bowman, who's gone. You had Richard Sherman, who's gone.
Navarro Bowman was long gone. Nick Bosa.
DeForest Buckner.
They still have Fred Warner. They still have Nick Bosa. They still have
wish you had Navarro Bowman. You wish you had him back if he was 10 years younger.
Kinlaw.
Javon, yeah. I feel like there's a lot to be left in Javon's tank. Hopefully that'll transpire soon. But I don't understand this Rams team. I feel like is too good for them to be the second seed. You also have to give it to the Cardinals.
The Rams are losing a lot of pieces on defense. They're a team in free agency that has been picked apart. A lot of their starters on defense from last year are not coming back. They're not going to be the same team next year. They had cap issues.
They have big cap issues, but they added Matthew Stafford. You forget that Staffy is Matt Stafford.
Yeah, and I love Stafford, but can he stay healthy? Well, I mean, he's older now. He's gotten hit a lot in his career in Detroit, and he's had moments in his career. I mean, he wasn't healthy last year all year. He's had injury issues for sure, but how much of that is just a terrible team built around you? I mean, if you look at the Rams, they still have Andrew Whitworth. They have a good team. They have a good offensive line, and they have a trio of running backs. I mean, they just lost one, but other than that, you still have Cam Akers back there. You still have a team that you can rely on running the ball half the time, and then when you don't, you have Stafford doing it. Almost like the 49ers 2 years ago, except they have a competent arm behind that line. So if you could project the 49ers win total for next year, what do you think it would be? I think a lot of it depends on the draft, but if they go the direction I'm thinking and go with Justin Fields or Mac Jones, and we'll see if they end up playing a lot or if it's Jimmy, Either way, I project them to be at 11 or 12 wins. I'd
If
say the Rams are more of a 10-win team. They're just not as built like all around as well as the 49ers. The 49ers have done a better job managing the cap a little better, keeping a lot of their players so they're not having to get picked apart.
it also goes, the Rams have no first round picks till 2023.
Yeah, no, the Rams have zero draft capital moving forward.
So if the argument is that the 49ers are a better run organization, I may have to agree with you. That being said, I do like the Rams moves, and I do think they will be the number one team in that division. But other than that, if you guys don't take a quarterback at 12, let's say they're either all gone, Jed York sees something he doesn't like, what do you think the position will be taken? Do you think it could be a cornerback like Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech, or what need do you think needs to be addressed other than quarterback?
Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech would be a good pick. Your boy Kyle Pitts out of Florida would be pretty exciting to watch. Shanahan's offense.
No way he falls to 12.
I mean, someone's going to have to fall. If all these quarterbacks are going early, one of these weapons.
Oh, these quarterbacks are going to fall.
If the quarterbacks fall, then
if you want a bold prediction, I say Mac goes late. I say Trey may go. His pro day was good enough. I think Justin Fields still goes 2 or 3 though. His 4.41 40 justifies that. He also has faced better competition. But the point being, do you think cornerback would be definitely a need at 12, or what do you think? Are they looking for the best player available?
I think it'll be the best player available situation. I think they need to address quarterback in the draft. I think the best place to do that's in the first round, where you can get, in theory, the most talented guy available.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd definitely rather him go for a Mac Jones, Justin Fields over waiting till the second round and getting like a Kellen Mond type player.
Yeah, I don't know how if Kellen is going to be a second round or a second string guy in the league. So we'll see. Not the best tape at A&M. But what do you prefer? Do you think Caleb Farley is the best cornerback in this draft class? There's also, there's some great defenders, great edge rushers. I don't know if you can get Kwity Paye at that spot, but what do you think?
They don't need edge rusher is not a need. That they've addressed the defensive line a lot in the draft the last 5 or 6 years, taking a defensive lineman with the first round pick. I think 4 or 5 times now since John Lynch and Kyle have taken over. But I really think they'd add quarterback or try and add a playmaker if it's like a Jalen Waddle or.
It'd be great if you could get him at 12.
I mean, he could fall. I just don't see how all these guys are going to go in the top 10. I mean, some of these guys are going to have to start falling. Some really good players.
They're definitely going to fall. There's going to be, with the quarterback market being, obviously there's a bunch of guys retiring and some new quarterbacks need to be inserted in some new teams. But you got like 4 or 5 really good quarterbacks that some people say potentially could go in the top 10. I'm not one of those people, but with that being said, you're going to have some wide receivers fall. You could even see Devontae Smith fall.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. I still think he'll go second or third overall. I don't see how he can fall.
I think recency bias would support that. I also think, though, that he had his spot at 3 with the Dolphins, but after saying that Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Tua, I doubt they make that move. I also doubt that you wouldn't take Jamar Chase after a comment like that, who is the same size but 25 pounds heavier, and an absolute weapon. But hopefully he doesn't fall too far. Maybe the Eagles swoop him up at 7. We'll see. But who do you think for the first year of, their rookie season, who do you think, what quarterback would be the best if they were starter week 1 of their new team next year?
Which quarterback out of the new draft class?
Yeah.
Can I say Trevor Lawrence?
I guess you could say Trevor Lawrence.
He's just so good. He's a mess.
Other than Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Other than the popular pick.
If we're going outside of Trevor Lawrence, I'll say Justin Fields. I think
have to agree with you.
Everyone's getting caught up in the Zach Wilson hype, which is real. I believe in Zach Wilson a lot. I think he's going to be a great player too. The way he can extend the pocket, move out of the pocket, throw on the run, make every throw. He's the real deal. But I just think Justin Fields, That 4.4 140 was pretty impressive.
Very
Watching
impressive.
him tear apart Clemson in the national semifinal was really impressive.
That's gotta hold more weight than BYU, who I don't know who they beat, UCF in their bowl game.
Yeah, something. Like
they beat Coastal Carolina. I just don't.
No, they lost to Coastal, I think, right?
Oh, I think they did.
After the any place, anywhere, anytime headband
exactly.
by Zach Wilson.
So you're telling me that, I mean, you're not telling me, but I guess we have this agreement that, I mean, Justin Fields has faced far superior competition. And we got people saying Zach Wilson should go number 2. I mean, I'm not going to say any names, Mel Kiper, but he has Zach Wilson going number 2 in all of his mocks. And I mean, Zach Wilson, yeah, like while he is great, I do believe in Zach Wilson. I think he's a 3 or 4 year guy of sitting, or maybe a 1 or 2 year guy of sitting and waiting. Like if Atlanta got him and they sat him under Matt Ryan, I think that would be great. But I also think Zach Wilson falls a little bit. I think it might be a Mitch moment where some team trades up and takes him, or a Danny Dimes moment. But I think Justin Fields has to be the day one guy going out of the gate, except for Trevor Lawrence. And if you could make your one prediction for Rookie of the Year, who do you think it would be?
My one prediction for Rookie of the Year, outside of Trevor Lawrence, I'd go whichever receiver gets in the best offensive system. Whether, I don't know who's going to get drafted by, like if it's the Dolphins, like if they go Jamar Chase or someone. I mean, I could see Jamar Chase winning Rookie of the Year. I could see Devontae Smith in the right situation winning Rookie of the Year. I could see Jalen Waddle winning it. I could see Kyle Pitts winning it.
Kyle Pitts could be actually a really good bet at whatever odds he is. Also, Najee Harris. I mean, Travis Etienne. I mean, there's some names to be looking out for, I feel like, in this market. And yeah, we will see Kyle Pitts. I mean, he's an absolute weapon.
I mean, this draft is not lacking for offensive firepower.
That's for sure.
The amount of weapons that you can pick up in this draft are just unbelievable.
Unbelievable, honestly, unbelievable. And then, for our NFC free agency recap, I think that's all. As always, the official drinking partner of Questionable Luck, the Beach Blonde Ale. If you can see it, zoom. Yep, somewhere over here. There we go. Enjoy sunshine on the beach while you can. As always, I'm Carson Marsh. I want to thank special guest Eric Morris, our 49ers correspondent, for joining us. Check out the website, the YouTube, the Twitter, the Instagram, all that. Follow Eric Morris at Eric Morris 49ers guy at 6'9". Thank you guys.